Hey everybody, it's David Baldacci. I'm here to talk about The 620 Man, Travis Devine. This is the first book in the series, and Travis Devine is the main character in The 620 Man. So I'm going to talk about his character and also the sequel that's coming out later this year called The Edge. I was riding my bike back in Florida a couple of years ago when I thought about this character, Travis Devine. I wanted to have a guy who was former Army and he had to leave the service under a dark cloud. A lot of my characters have baggage in their past, things they've done, things that have been done to them, secrets that they have, things they have to overcome. Makes for great material for books and certainly for a series like a Travis Devine. It had this global conspiracy in the 620 Man where he was enmeshed in this financial scheme that, going across the world. I'd read some documents called the Panama Papers and the Pandora Papers about all this dark money floating around the world. And I wanted to answer the question of what do people do with 20, 30 trillion dollars of dark money? And the 620 Man tries to answer that question. And at the same time, I give you sort of this closed door Hitchcockian film in a book that has him trying to discover who murdered these people. And there are a limited number of suspects, and there's a very cool twist at the end. So in The Edge, which is the sequel to the 620 Man, he's working with a super secret government agency, and he's coming back from overseas where he's almost killed on a train going from Milan to Geneva. That opens the book. And then he comes back to America, and he has to go and figure out who killed a CIA operative in a rural coastal town in Maine, very isolated during the middle of the winter when it's bitter cold up there. So he flies up there in this small town with all these secrets, and he has to start interviewing people, and he comes to realize that everybody's lying to him. And even the facts of the case really aren't facts. They're just speculation, and there's a lot of misdirection, a lot of red herrings, and he has to sort of understand this entire town and the people that live in it in order to make sense of what this case is about. And at the same time, while he's trying to do that, his past is coming back to haunt him, and people are after him from nothing having to do with the case he's investigating in Maine, but all what he's been doing with the agency that he works for. So it's a cool mesh of different plots coming together, which I love in my novels. And again, he's got a lot of baggage to overcome. He never wanted to leave the military. He would be in there for love if he could, but he's got this secret sort of dangling over him, and he has to make the best of his life. So he's working with this agency. He meets a lot of interesting people in The Edge, and he has to solve the mystery of who killed this woman. And of course, because it's a David Baldacci novel, people keep dying, more bodies keep coming up, and he has to figure out what's going on at the same time trying to stay alive, because it's never easy, one of my novels, trying to survive, even if you're the main protagonist. I really hope you enjoyed the novel. I had a blast writing it. I like writing series because unlike a movie where it's one and done, one book and that's all you have, series allow me to sort of really explore deeply the character, get into their heart, their mind, their soul, see what makes them tick, put them through different paces, allow them to evolve book after book after book, like I do with Amos Decker, or John Puller, or the Camel Club, or so many other series that I've created. But Travis Devine, The 620 Man, he's special. This is a book I never thought I was going to write. It just popped out of me. I wrote this book really fast, and people really loved it. And I hope you love The Edge just as much. Thanks again for all your support. Thanks for reading me. Thanks for continuing to read books of lots of different writers, because we all should be readers. If everybody read more books, we'd have a much better world. And I really appreciate all of your support.